What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Is part number 4 of episode 118 off the script for your Monday following Extreme Rules. Now, I don't know what the fuck happened at Extreme Rules. I don't. You might think that I do, but I don't. Because this is YouTube, folks. I'm actually recording this before Extreme Rules. Because I would have no time, literally, if I did it after Extreme Rules. Because I have work. As you watch this, I am at work, slaving away at a 9-to-5 job that fucking blows. So I'm recording this right before Extreme Rules goes on the air. I got a lot of leftover news that I really didn't cover in parts 1, 2, or 3. So I want to get it to you guys because, like I say, I am the #1 fucking podcast when it comes to WWE. Right here on YouTube.com. So thank you guys so much for joining me on your Monday mornings, man. I know work sucks. I know Mondays typically blow, but I'm here to relieve some of that shittiness that Monday brings you guys. So thank you so much for the continued love and support, man. Great weekend. We've seen some big numbers for the channel. We had a little hiccup here and there with some t-shirt, with the t-shirts, and that's all, resolved. I had my Twitter account hacked yesterday for about an hour, and I was freaking the fuck out. Thank God that was resolved. So thank you guys to, coming to my rescue and my, my support for that. I was freaking the fuck out. I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. Right before Extreme Rules, I did not want to have my Twitter account jeopardized because I rely on that for growth, and it just helps out everything with the channel. But thank you to everybody for a great weekend. Greatly appreciate it. If you want to continue to support the Patreon page, man, you guys are nearing $1,000 in monthly pledges, man. It's unfucking believable. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. I am going to get your t-shirts out to you as soon as I have official word from Pro Wrestling Tees where they're moving my shop. It should be on Barber Shop Window. We came to a deal, and we're going to have Off the Script have its own online shop on Barbershop Window. I'm just waiting for the official word from Ryan, the CEO, who has graciously taken Off the Script and is going to move all the merchandise, plus all the new t-shirts coming out on Barbershop Window. So look forward to that. I will notify you immediately once that goes live. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. WrestleCrate.com. Use the coupon code JDSentMe for an instant 10% off. And if you want to get your merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript. Let's get into the news, guys. And actually, look at this. 1 Hour Tees is actually emailing me. Hopefully tomorrow. Live as I'm recording this, man. 1 Hour Tees, Pro Wrestling Tees, is getting back to me. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll send new login info. That is fucking awesome. And we're going to reply to him. Thank you, man. Again. For all the help. There you go, man. Look at that. Unfucking believable, man. Barbershop Window. JD from NY. New online shop. Hopefully tomorrow I will let you guys know about that. Let's get into the news, guys. There's a lot of stuff to go over. I did post other videos throughout Sunday afternoon about Seth Rollins, Extreme Rules, news and rumors, and I got Off the Script, parts 1, 2, and 3. If you guys missed that, links are down below in the description. If you guys missed any of that stuff and you want to binge watch, if you didn't see any of that over Sunday afternoon. The big story, John Cena reclaiming the U.S. title shortly after his return and bringing back the United States Open Challenge. John Cena will make his long-awaited return to WWE during the Memorial Day edition of Monday Night Raw. In all honesty, WWE programming hasn't been the same without John Cena, and it'll be good to have him back on TV. Yes, goons, it'll be good to have John Cena back on TV, because I know there's some fucking goon in the chat. Oh, JD, John Cena sucks, man. His U.S. Open Challenge sucked, man. He's overrated, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. John Cena, as the United States Champion, was fucking unbelievable. The matches that he had with Neville and Owens and Zayn and everybody else that got involved in making that title great again, it was unbelievable. So having him back and giving him the United States Championship wouldn't be the worst idea that WWE has come up with. In fact, that would probably be one of the best ideas they've come up with in 2016. Having Cena bring back a top face, or having Cena back, I should say, brings a top face to the brand that is desperately needed considering the Roman Reigns situation. The biggest question is that he will be doing, what will he be doing once he returns? According to a report from DWN, Daily Wrestling News, Cena is going to receive a major push, no fucking shit, upon return to help the roster's depth issue and low ratings. But that goes without saying. The report is claiming that he will most likely be winning the United States Championship, and again bringing back the U.S. Open Challenge through the summer that brought the title to great prestige last year. Sunday, Kalisto defended, or will defend as of recording this. If you guys are watching this now, he will have defended the United States Championship against Rusev at Extreme Rules, and Cena will most likely be feuding with the winner of that match when he returns. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because Cena versus Rusev is a solid face versus heel dynamic. That will give Rusev some type of reaction from the crowd because anybody that's in the ring with John Cena, whether you love him or hate him, is better off. No matter what the result is, just being in the ring and doing the art of wrestling with John Cena, you are instantly on that level. John Cena brings prestige not only to the U.S. title, but he brings a level of importance to everybody that is in the ring with him. That is a fact, okay? And it does offer a solid face versus heel dynamic, and it has some history. Cena was already putting over Kalisto when he got injured. This would set up an introductory feud between Rusev and Cena, which would eventually lead to a top-tier match at SummerSlam. While there have been many reports floating around that John Cena would be challenging Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at that event, there are also discussions involving a reunited Shield to take on the club, so officials are deciding which way to lean, as obviously Reigns would not do both. Recycling the United States Championship Open Challenge would be best for business, as the weekly Cena segment was arguably the most consistent entertaining aspect of Monday Night Raw during its time. But it seems also like the best way for the creative team to catapult him back into the main event picture. Cena could also jump back in simply by returning, but his presence will help, and it will also be the kickoff to a slew of big-name stars to return after him. Another John Cena push may be received negatively, but it's coming due to poor ratings and lack of roster depth. The latter of which will change considerably in the next month and allow WWE to slide Cena back while the new and returning talents take over the top spots. Either way, the champ may be here again very soon. I don't know what else to tell you about this. Giving John Cena the United States Championship is definitely best for business. Now, I don't know whether that's going to happen on Memorial Day. I don't know whether it's going to happen at SummerSlam. It seems like a mistake. And like I said, I don't know if Rusev is going to win the title tonight. By the time you guys watch this, he may very well be the United States Champion. I don't know. But if WWE is going to give Rusev the United States Championship, and they're going to have him immediately drop it to John Cena, I don't think that aspect is best for business. That's a mistake. Because you're not only going to fucking, flip-flop the U.S. title back and forth, but you're going to kill Rusev again. And you don't want that to happen. If you're going to give him the title, Rusev needs to develop some type of momentum, and then giving it back to John Cena isn't the worst idea in the world. The U.S. Open Challenge proved to be one of the best aspects of Monday Night Raw. It was great to catapult new stars. It was always the best moment on Monday Night Raw, especially in a 2015 year where Monday Night Raw was just fucking terrible each and every week, most weeks. And it's just great for the title, People want to challenge for the United States Championship. By that aspect alone and giving it to a big name, you're immediately resuscitating the title. You're giving life to the title in which it hasn't seen since John Cena lost it. And this is what you need to do. If WWE doesn't even have a plan for the United States title and they don't want to give it back to John Cena, why don't you just get rid of the title completely and just keep one mid-card title? Have a fucking unification match between the IC title and the US title. Seems like WWE didn't know what to do with the title after John Cena went out on sabbatical. I don't understand why they didn't keep up with the U.S. Open Challenge. Anybody could have did that. Del Rio could have did that. That would have been great to build Del Rio's stock in the company, to make him a credible champion, to give importance back to the title, to make him look good in the process. Kalisto could have did that too. You know, it doesn't always have to be a John Cena only thing. That would be great. You know, I know it's the U.S. title. I know it's not, you know, a television title where it has to be defended on every television taping. But that was an aspect in WWE we haven't seen in a long time. And when we did see it week after week after week, and we seen what it did for the title, everybody got on board. And I think this is a great way to bring John Cena back. Giving him the U.S. title, I think that's great. It's going to do good for the company. It's going to do good for him. And it's going to do good for the fucking belt title in itself. I like this, but you got to be careful. The one thing you got to be careful of is if you're going to give Rusev the title, you don't want to kill him immediately upon giving him the title. That in itself is the only mistake here that I see. Will WWE go that route? I don't know. I hope not. I would like to see Rusev be built up again, but John Cena holding the United States title and beating Rusev again for that title, and I know a lot of you fucking guys are going to be critical of it. You got to think long term. You got to think what is best: Rusev holding the title, or bringing back the U.S. Open Challenge week after week after week and building new names. The matchups that we could get: Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews. That's gonna be fucking awesome, man. That's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited to see what WWE does with that, and I think the U.S. Open Challenge being brought back with John Cena as the champion is certainly best for business. WWE still considering putting Carmella with Big Cass and Enzo, which I don't understand why they have not already. But I think this is also a good move that WWE needs to pull the trigger on. Carmella's time in NXT has been a very interesting one. And when she first started, she was loathed by the NXT crowds. She had a cocky attitude that made her unlikable. Teaming her with Enzo and Big Cass was great because it soon gave way to her persona and allowed her to be fun, warm, and her real-life personality to shine through and gain admiration of the NXT universe. For whatever reason, the powers that be within WWE decided to keep Carmella in NXT to push her as a singles wrestler, while Big Cass and Enzo moved on to the main roster. Enzo's concussion and Big Cass' potential for a singles push have been very well documented, but it's being reported that WWE officials are still considering bringing up the hottest chick in the ring to the main roster and reuniting her with the realest guys in the room. It's all a little up in the air because there is still an open discussion about how both Enzo and Cass will move forward because WWE has the option to split them up or bring them back together. If Enzo and Cass stay together once the former returns from injury, it's likely that Carmella will remain in NXT for the foreseeable future. However, if WWE pulls the trigger on a singles run for Big Cass, WWE are open to the idea of having her come to the main roster to be with him since they are a couple in real life. I don't think Carmella adds anything to the NXT women's division. I really don't. I think bringing her up to the main roster to be with Enzo and Cass as a team is what really is best for business. I don't see Carmella winning titles. I don't see Carmella challenging for titles. I don't see Carmella being spotlighted in NXT. Not immediately. I think where her worth is, where her most value comes in, is being with Enzo and Cass, and that's what you want to do. And this bullshit about splitting them up, God, I hope not, and I know you guys agree with me as well. Enzo and Cass need to be a team. Enzo is going to be derailed because Vince McMahon has such a hard-on for Big Cass and the way he looks and how he's carrying himself in the ring. This needs patience. Enzo and Cass right now, their value is in the tag team division. They are the most popular tag team in the company. When Enzo comes back, that popularity is going to be even more pronounced. It's going to be more visible to everybody. And giving them the WWE Tag Team Championships and a feud with the New Day is going to be not only good for the Tag Team Championships, but good for that division because that will be a spotlighted feud under the big stage at SummerSlam. It really needs to happen. And that's what everybody's been discussing. That's what everybody's been predicting and talking about. Enzo and Cass versus the New Day in Brooklyn, winning the Tag Team Championships away from the New Day. That is going to be a moment. That is going to be one of the best moments we see all year. And that's where their value is as a team. You don't want to split them up because Enzo, to me, is not going to thrive in a singles role on his own. He's not. He needs Big Cass. And Big Cass certainly needs Enzo. Together, they are the best tag team in the WWE based on popularity. When they're in the ring, they know how to work together. This is at least for the moment, where they need to be. I'm not saying that Big Cass will never have a role as a singles guy or a run as a singles guy. It's way too soon. It's way too soon. Cass will be a dominant big man in the future, but not right now. Their value is as a tag team, and I hope and pray that WWE realizes this. Having Carmella with them is probably best for business as well. That's where most of her value is being paired with them, because I don't see anything with Carmella in the foreseeable future down in NXT. Speaking of women, Velvet Sky headed to WWE for women's tournament may lead to a contract. Look at this story. A little over 3 weeks ago, the news broke that Velvet Sky had officially left TNA Wrestling after many years with the company. What's interesting is WWE is in the early stages of developing another series for the WWE Network, similar to the Cruiserweight Classic. Only this series will focus on being all-female, and it will be a tournament that serves a great way for the company to scout and build relationships with a ton of talent from all over the industry. According to a report from DWN, DailyWrestlingNews.com, there are going to be several TNA knockouts competing in this series, and one of the first names that has come up is Velvet Sky. Apparently, WWE officials have expressed specific interest in Velvet Sky being involved in this series that may just be the beginning of their relationship. As of this report, there is no deal signed, but it's very likely that something will be worked out if she performs well. Sky is obviously invested in making it work with WWE because it's a much bigger spotlight, and her boyfriend, Bubba Ray Dudley, is still with the company. If Sky gets involved with the series, it's likely others from TNA will follow her. TNA dead? Obviously, TNA is dead, especially after the next story I read you guys. Velvet Sky in WWE, easy on the eyes. I'm not sure how she is in the ring. I don't think she's all that great in the ring, but adding a notable name, a credible name to the women's division in NXT might not be the best, might not be bad. It's not the worst idea. I like this move. I think this is a very good move, and WWE needs to now begin to restock NXT. Bayley's not going to be down there forever. You got Nia Jax and you got Asuka. Who do you have after that? Nobody. You got Alexa Bliss, which is okay. I mean, she's not the greatest in the world, but she's okay. You got a bunch of others that we've started to see now filter in. We got Tessa Blanchard, and we got, Eva Marie. I don't even want to talk about, man. I mean, who do you have after Nia Jax and Asuka? Eva Marie? I mean, really? Seriously. WWE having a women's tournament and using this tournament to scout for talent is definitely a must. Velvet Sky coming into the WWE. As soon as WWE sees her, I believe she will get a contract. Being that she is dating Bubba Ray Dudley, all the more reason she's going to get a contract. She's a notable name. She's a talent that has been in TNA for quite some time. And WWE, I don't think, will hesitate to bring Velvet Sky in to their company and put her in NXT, man. I think that's going to be a good move. Going to see what happens, man. I love the tournaments. I'm going to be very invested in this Cruiserweight tournament once it happens on the WWE Network. And Velvet Sky, coming in for this women's tournament. Again, once this is all set up and we get official word on this tournament, I'm going to be invested in this probably even more because I am invested right now in what WWE is doing with the women on their roster. This is very good for all parties involved. Velvet Sky possibly headed to the WWE. Backstage update on Drew Galloway and EC3's promo at Evolve 61. Triple H. Did he clear the promo? EC3 began in TNA. Everyone knew that WWE dropped the ball with him. It made sense to think that EC3 wanted to go to TNA and prove that he could be a major star and how WWE, and show WWE that they have really dropped the ball and what they are missing out on. But didn't give him the chance to do that in their company. WWE just, goodbye, done. He went to TNA and he wanted to prove to them what they were missing out on. Seems that bitterness is still carrying over as he and former WWE superstar turned TNA talent Drew Galloway made their way to Evolve 61 to lay down a scathing promo about WWE and NXT. This got the world talking, and the internet blew up with comments about TNA invading WWE with this promo being the lift off to it. There now seems to be more information behind this. According to Dave Meltzer, WWE and Triple H likely signed off on this promo that the two men put out. TNA allows much of their talent to work independent dates, So it's not out of the norm to see them end up on an independent show with some possible NXT stars that WWE also allows to work the indie dates. People like Johnny Gargano mainly work WWN and WWE, so he clearly would have worked a big Evolve show, and they were there that weekend. The fact that WWN now has a relationship with WWE means that they will not risk partnership by allowing EC3 and Galloway to say terrible things about their major partner. This means WWE would need to sign off on something like this to happen on the show. The question is, the question would be then, why would they sign off on this? Why would WWE sign off on this? According to Cage Side Seats, it's being said that there is clearly no WWE in TNA, or WWE versus TNA coming from this. WWE did want to allow them to air their grievances. Apparently both men were not happy about WWN's involvement with WWE, Triple H in particular. They played into the promo being as heated as it was and the way that it came off. At the end of the day, all this did was bring attention to WWN and Evolve itself. EC3 and Galloway never really referred to TNA in the promo. Many find it interesting that they took it going away from TNA for people to talk about a TNA star. Seriously. This is why many feel that the company is failing, as this could have been a great promo in TNA, but it happened with a WWE partner instead. We're not going to see a TNA ever invade WWE or even a WWE partner, despite the various former TNA stars that WWE has hired as of late. This makes no sense, and it would never happen as long as WWE has a relationship with that partner. That means we should not expect much to come from this promo. Interestingly enough, EC3 is speculated to be leaving TNA when his deal is up. While this is not confirmed by any means, this very well could occur at some point in the near future. WWE does have interest in bringing him back, reportedly, and this promo most likely didn't change their mind due to it being allowed. This means now seemingly bitter TNA star could weirdly enough end up coming back to the very company he talked negatively about at Evolve 61. That's a lot to take in, and I really don't have much to add on top of what was just read. Okay, Triple H is obviously involved with this. NXT is involved. Triple H is involved. Evolve just announced a partnership now with WWE. Whoever is involved and whoever is in charge with Evolve, think about this seriously and logically. Whoever's involved with Evolve is not going to go behind Triple H's back and allow these guys to say something without getting it approved by WWE and Triple H, jeopardizing their partnership, their new partnership. They would never do that. So obviously this was cleared by someone in WWE, and that someone was Triple H. Okay, I don't think Vince McMahon has anything to do with this. This was cleared by Triple H. They let Galloway and EC3 air their grievances. Okay, why did Triple H allow them to go out there and say the things that they did? Because Triple H knows for a fact when these guys are done with TNA and their contracts are up, where do you think they're going? Drew Galloway and EC3 are both coming to NXT. Triple H allowed this promo and cleared this promo. He allowed this to happen because he knows in the back of his mind, listen, you can say whatever you want, man. You're coming to NXT. We're offering you a deal. I want you in NXT. And this is great for Drew Galloway. Someone who was outcast in WWE because he wasn't really on their radar as anything important. He was expendable by WWE when the time he was released. Now he made a name for himself. Now he's known in the independent scene. And now that NXT is the hottest thing in the United States as far as an independent promotion goes, it's still labeled WWE, but all the indie guys want in on NXT just because of what is going on. Joe, Eric Young, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, anybody, and I said this weeks ago, anybody that is a big name in the independent scene, once their contract is up with said company, they are all going to walk through the door at the Performance Center, one way or another. Kenny Omega, fucking Jay Lethal, Moose, all those guys, fucking rumored to be leaving Ring of Honor, Adam Cole, all those guys are coming to WWE. One way or another. The Young Bucks, when they're done doing what they're doing and making the money that they're making, they're coming on into NXT. Everyone is coming to WWE. Because that's what NXT is. They're giving you the WWE spotlight and making what you're doing now even greater under the spotlight. You want to stick with the independents? You want to fucking be a WWE superstar? WWE is making NXT the destination, the place to be if you are on that level. And that level, once you get into NXT, they are going to groom you for becoming a WWE superstar and getting you ready for a WrestleMania and getting you ready for a Monday Night Raw and the WWE main roster. They're going to take what you already have done in the last 10 years, however long you've been an independent worker, and they're going to groom you, and they're going to make you better than you already are. WWE, Triple H allowed this because EC3 and Drew Galloway are coming to NXT. When all is said and done, they will be in WWE. Now, what's fucked up is that it took this promo to get these guys any type of fucking momentum. Because they're not getting that from TNA. I mean, what the fuck are these guys doing? What is TNA doing? Is anyone talking about TNA? TNA literally is flatlining every fucking day that passes. I have no idea what's going on. There's rumors that TNA has not paid employees in 2 months. Why would anyone want to stay there? I mean, what has Drew Galloway done as the TNA champion? Who is his next opponent? Do we even know what's going on? What does anybody care about a title defense of your world championship in your company? Nobody fucking cares. Your champion is working with a WWE partner, and it took a promo from two of your biggest guys to get noticed in WWE. It didn't happen on TNA, it happened with the WWE, and at a WWE sponsored show with Evolve. What the fuck does that tell you? It means TNA is dead. These guys will be in WWE before all is said and done. Triple H cleared it because he's looking at them. Say what you want, man. Say what you want. This is a showcase because I know for a fact I'm bringing both of you guys in. And it's going to be fucking awesome. That's my update on that. That's my opinion on that. EC3 and Drew Galloway, it was nothing but a showcase to the WWE about where these guys are going to end up next. That's all that was. We have updates on Vince McMahon. I think I got two more stories. I was thinking, how many more stories I got? I got two more stories. Vince McMahon bringing Del Rio and Paige and their relationship to WWE television. Charlotte is going to get involved. This is a rumor. Take this with a grain of salt. A couple of weekends ago, Alberto Del Rio and Paige went public with their new relationship that sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. Many fans were surprised because Del Rio and Paige don't seem like a pair you'd expect to see dating on paper. But that's why people say that the heart wants whatever it wants. According to a report from DailyWrestlingNews.com, the couple have been dating for several months now. Of course, there is still a significant amount of speculation that the relationship is going to be featured on Total Divas, which I still think is happening. But that is yet to be confirmed. As of this report, the relationship appears to be legit. The report is claiming that Vince McMahon is debating about bringing their relationship to WWE television and getting the current WWE Women's Champion Charlotte involved. Apparently, Charlotte and Del Rio briefly dated and had a fling shortly before Del Rio and Paige became an item. The storyline would be a continuation of Charlotte versus Paige last year, only with the roles reversed. The recent match between Charlotte and Paige was said to be a test of sorts, and Vince McMahon was watching very closely to see if things were professional between the two. Obviously they were, and Vince has reportedly told creative to start developing ideas. This is something that I don't think is going to get over very well with a lot of the hardcore fans. And Vince McMahon knows that there's tension, and he enjoys using real-life issues to help promote programs. He used to fuel them storylines in the past, most memorably the one with Matt Hardy and Edge. Vince apparently had Paige work with Charlotte on WWE Raw last week to see if they would be okay with working together. The chairman watched the match very closely to see how they would do together, knowing the recent history between them. Neither took liberties with one another, so it does seem that WWE will lean towards Paige facing Charlotte for the WWE Women's title down the line. Paige ended up pinning Charlotte, which will help the storyline possibility. On top of this, Charlotte needs someone to work with up till SummerSlam, where she is rumored to drop the women's title to Sasha Banks. The original rivalry last year with Charlotte and Paige ended very early after the two brought up Charlotte's deceased brother Reed. So there is a lot of WWE storyline that they could work with there. Vince has told creative to come up with some ideas for the two of them if he chooses to revive their rivalry from before. It will be interesting to see if their real-life tension floats over to their on-screen rivalry. The two have been known to be friends in the past, so maybe this real-life issue won't be any trouble to them, but both are also known to be professionals, so it might seem that the two are horrible enemies on television. Acting is a part of the job. I still think that this is all a total Divas bullshit angle. I don't believe until I hear confirmation that they are really dating. I think this is all for Total Divas, because if you think about it, and this is the most logical way I can put it, WWE now is developing Total Bellas. John Cena and Daniel Bryan were the two male the two male superstars on that show, Total Divas, that were under the spotlight. They were on every show because Brie is obviously married to Daniel Bryan and John Cena is dating Nikki Bella. So they were on the show. There was no other, male WWE superstar involved with the show. There was cameos here by Fandango and Titus and R-Truth and, guys like that. They were just, cameos on and off. But if you think about it, now with Total Bellas, Cena and Bryan are going to be moving over to that show. They're not going to be on Total Divas anymore. There's no reason for them to be on Total Divas. Total Divas is going to center around Paige and Alicia Fox and Lana, and now Maurice is on the show, so we might see more of The Miz. We might see, whoever else is dating. I don't know. I mean, Alicia Fox was dating Wade Barrett. He made a cameo on a couple of seasons of Total Divas. But you guys get my point. With Total Bellas now, Cena and Bryan are going to be on that show because of their relationship with the Bella Twins. They need a dominant male guy on Total Divas. So if they're coming up with ideas, and this was leaked to the public, it might be there to generate interest for the next season of Total Divas. Until there is concrete information and someone out there says it's official, it's a credible source, I'm not going to believe it. I think it's all for Total Divas. And if this is legit, good for Del Rio. I mean, who the fuck cares? Del Rio's like, what is he, 35, 36 years old? He's dating a 23-year-old? Good for him, man. What a catch. Everybody's fucking jealous. Everybody will be jealous. Look at Del Rio, some old fuck dating a hot 23-year-old. Good for him, man. Should be fucking happy for him. Whatever you want, go out and get it. Yeah, you got yourself a young broad. Whatever. Mind your own business. And finally, WWE planning the Club versus the Shield feud after Seth Rollins returns. This is, again, take it with a grain of salt. This is something that's been reported, and I dwelled on this a lot in the past. This is now coming to light after rumors are going around that Seth Rollins is going to be on WWE TV within the next week. He's going to be at the tapings. Raw, SmackDown, he's going to be back this week. Last month, Roman Reigns was questioned about the possibility of a Shield reunion, to which he replied, "One day, we'll have to get back together." Seth Rollins is due back to WWE programming sooner rather than later. In fact, the rumor is he'll be back on the June 6th edition of Monday Night Raw. Another rumor stating one day may be sooner than you would think. According to recent reports, John Cena will be involved with the United States title because WWE officials want him kept away from the current feud with AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. The reasoning behind that could be that there are plans for Reigns versus Styles to eventually lead to a reunion of the Shield and develop a feud between the Hounds of Justice and the Club. Whether or not that gets Finn Balor involved remains to be seen. All three men of the Shield are in good position for a reunion. Rollins is bound to be back as a natural face. Dean Ambrose has never stopped being a face for the company since the stable broke up, and the group's reunion could force the WWE Universe to lighten up on Roman Reigns quite a bit. That is the most interesting aspect of this. If WWE wants to continue to be ignorant and go out there and push Roman Reigns and believe that he is the top face of the company, having this angle take place and developing this angle will definitely lighten everybody up to Roman Reigns, because universally, I'm not talking about you guys individually. Some of you might like it, some of you might fucking hate it and not want it at all. If the Shield is back together, a lot of those people that are booing Roman Reigns will be forced to cheer Roman Reigns, and they'll lighten up. He'll be a little bit more easy on the eyes. He'll be a lot more tolerable if he's standing next to Rollins and Dean Ambrose. And think of it this way. The storylines that will come out of this with Rollins and Reigns is great. It's great. And at that point, WWE could turn him full heel. And Rollins could be a babyface. I like this idea. I hope it happens. And I hope, you know, by the time you guys are seeing this, we might very well see the beginnings of this happen. But I really hope this is something WWE has planned. I think the Balor Club versus the Shield would be absolutely phenomenal. And it'll give everybody a dream fucking scenario for WWE. And you got to start thinking long term. This is what you want. This is a feud that could take you on into the rest of the year. Second half is upon us for 2016. I think this could last all the way up until the end of the year. And then you can have Rollins start developing his character more on TV since his return. And now you can put him back in the hunt for the title. And tease it each and every week that, can he be trusted? Is he back to help Roman Reigns, or does he want to get under his skin and fucking take the title away? Maybe Seth Rollins wins Money in the Bank. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that WWE can do creatively with this. I hope it is really the way that they go for the big storyline planned for 2016. But that is all I got, man. Thank you so much for a great fucking weekend. If you missed anything, my Extreme Rules review and results, all the off the scripts this weekend, all the news and rumors regarding Extreme Rules, everything you need, man, is in the video and linked down in the description below. Thank you all so much for a great weekend. I will be back tonight during Monday Night Raw. Tweet with me live at JD from NY206, and I'll be back here for my review immediately following the show. And I should have my shop set up on Barbershop Window. Hopefully tomorrow I will let you guys know what is going on with that. Until then, guys, hit that thumbs up. Show some support for Off the Script. We are on our way, man, to 52,000 subscribers, man. Because at this point, I believe we should hit close to 51. And I'm happy with that, man. The growth is fucking phenomenal. It's all thanks to you guys, man. Thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you right back here for Monday Night Raw review.